Hi everybody, it's Casey Williams. So I kind of did this thing. I went to the press preview for the 2022 Subaru Outback Wilderness. We took it off-road, really impressive. Love the new dual mode, X mode. Car's just really good. And I like the way it looked too. So I came home and I'm looking at my 2017 Outback sitting in the driveway and I'm thinking about the 2022 Wilderness and thinking, I think I'd like to upgrade. So we did. So I went out and bought a brand new one. And this is my first review of it. And we also have one as a test car this week, so let's go take a look at it. So I'm really digging this whole SpaceX moon buggy vibe to the Wilderness, but there's a lot of practical changes to go along with the design changes. It really starts with the front. I like the grille, it looks a lot more industrial, the anti-glare patch here on the hood. That all looks really cool. But they also have really kind of worked on the bumpers, trying to give a little more off-road capability. So these bumpers are a little bit tighter, they extend up to the adaptive headlamps, the LEDs. But they're shaved down a little bit, the back bumper's the same way. Give it a little better approach and departure angles when you're off-roading. But I really like the look of it. All these little copper accents, there's actually a reason for them. The tie down, or the tow hooks are behind these. You'll see them up on the luggage rack, and that's for the tie downs for the luggage rack. Come around the side of it, accentuated the wheel well covers here. These look really good. The 17-inch alloy wheels. These have the Yokohama Geolandar tires. The tires are a good balance for off-roading and on-highway noise and comfort. When you're on the road, you really don't realize those tires are there. But when you get off-road, they really do dig in and grip pretty well. Just a lot more body cladding, just looks nice. The Subaru Wilderness logos, the blacked out all the trim around the windows. On the luggage rack, this is a different luggage rack than the standard Outback. The standard one has kind of the crossbars that swing across. This one's a little more robust. You can actually put a tent up here and two grown adults up there. Sleep overnight if you're doing some serious off-roading. And again, tie downs for the luggage rack are behind the little copper accents. Come around the back. Again, like I said, they shaved the rear bumper a little bit, extended it up to protect the back of the car a little bit better. Blacked out logos, more copper accents for the tow hooks. So it has a power hatch. It's actually motion sensitive as well. Come inside, a really big luggage compartment. You can get everything you need in here. If you want to put down the back seats, very easy. Pull these, flips down. This is a test car. My personal car has some extra rubber moldings in here to protect it from biking. If you look close, you'll see that the headliner's black. Again, if you're putting bicycles in here, you get a little bit of scuff marks, you won't see it as much. Underneath here, there's an LED light. So if you're getting back from the trail, you see it right there. Getting back from the trail, it's a little bit late, and you're trying to get things put away. There's an extra light up there to kind of light the ground underneath. One of the other things I think is really cool about this car, not only does it have a full-size spare tire, but it's actually a fifth wheel and tire just like the ones on the rest of the car. So if you get a flat, you can pull this off, put the other one on, nobody even know that's happened. Even better than that, this has a tire pressure monitor in the spare tire. So again, if you start getting a flat tire in the luggage compartment, you'll get a warning and have a chance to fix that. Doing everything possible to keep from getting stranded on a trail somewhere. But one of the things I really like about this car is the new paint color. My personal car is silver. We did the ice silver, and I think it looks really good. But this is the new Geyser Blue, and this is the hero color for the Wilderness Editions. I think it looks really pretty, looks really nice on this car. So Subaru really learned from the Onyx Edition Outback when they designed the interior. It uses the same kind of StarTex material. This is a faux leather, and the advantage is, A, it's really comfortable, and I like it a lot, and it gives you an opportunity to have something that's clean and slick like this without having actual leather and killing actual animals. But it also washes down really easily. So if you have kids, outdoor activities, come in, scrub it right down, doesn't hurt it a bit. For the Wilderness, you've got all these copper accents in here too. You got here on the shift knob, steering wheel, the stitching, just gives it nice little accents, looks really good. But these seats are really comfortable. They're also heated, nicely bolstered, adjustable headrests. The one thing that I've seen some complaints about, and I think there's probably some room to complain about in this car, you can't get ventilated front seats. You also cannot get a heated steering wheel. I think those are two big things they've left out. Which leads us to the next thing they left out off the options list. The stereo sounds really nice, and if you can adjust it 20 ways from Sunday, and eventually it sounds good. You cannot get the Harman Kardon audio system on this particular model. So if you're looking at the Touring Edition or one of the others and comparing it against this, Harman Kardon's not on the list. I'd be willing to spend another $1,000 to get it. I think that's something that should be on the list. I do like the touchscreen, very easy to use. Got this tablet style screen. It has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's not wireless, but you do have it. 4G Wi-Fi connections, Bluetooth. Very easy to put your devices in. I like there's a proper volume and tuning knob. You're going through traffic, you can just scroll through the stations Very easy, I like that a lot. Also, there's actually some real buttons here for the climate controls. And you can go into menus and adjust it, but the key things are all here with actual buttons and knobs. Works out well. Down below, my personal car, again, we went ahead and got the upgraded package. We've got the wireless phone charging. This one does not have it, but you can get that as an option. The front view monitor. This was an addition to it. This is really nice. It's a camera in the nose of the car. It's very nice. If you're trying to kind of see around trails, it works out well. But it's also really nice if you're just kind of pulling out some tight parking and tight urban city streets. It gives you a little more advantage getting in and out of there. Up above, this is where you access the dual mode X mode. So snow, dirt, normal, deep snow and mud. That's unique to the Onyx Edition and to the Wilderness. And what it does is allow the all-wheel drive system to let the wheels slip a little bit more and kind of churn through the mud or the snow. We use that off-roading. We're up in Michigan doing the press preview. Worked really, really well. And I suspect this winter when we get a foot of snow, it'll also be great for that. And of course, this car has a much higher ride clearance. So it had 8.7 inches of ride clearance in the old car, and in the normal Outback still today. Wilderness takes up to 9.5 inches. So you're on par with some pretty serious off-road machines at that level. And I think that and the X mode really gives you some advantages off-road. This car has the EyeSight crash avoidance system on it. It has adaptive cruise control with lane centering steering. So you just put your hands lightly on, it'll kind of keep you in your lane. It's not a hands-off system, you gotta keep your hands on, but it does give you some guidance there. So it's got adaptive cruise control, forward collision alert with auto brake, blind spot warning, lane keep assist, rear cross path detection. And you can also get the rear auto brake too. My personal car has that one. This one is the test car, does not have it on it, but you can get it. So not only is the Wilderness the most capable Outback ever, turns out it's also the fastest accelerating Outback ever. Some of the independent tests have done 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds, some as low as 5.5 seconds. That's like Corvette kind of fast in the 1980s. So pretty quick car. And part of that's because of the turbo engine. It's a 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It's Subaru's Boxer 4, so it's a flat 4, keeps the weight down low in the chassis. It generates 260 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. The Wilderness has a little bit lower gear ratio to help it do off-roading, and it has those big fat tires, so that helps the acceleration of the car. That's still a pretty potent engine in this car. The one downside is it does have a continuously variable transmission. This one's alright with the turbo engine, you get the torque out of the turbo, kind of takes the edge off of the buzziness from the transmission. And if you want to, you also have paddles, and there's some preset gear ratios. So you can drive it, in kind of normal feeling gears if you want to. But around town, even on the highway with the turbo, you don't really notice the transmission as much as you do in some of the other cars. On the one downside to the turbo engine and to the higher ground clearance and to the big fat tires is fuel economy. You're going to lose a couple miles per gallon. So they post 22 miles per gallon in the city, 26 on the highway. But again, for a vehicle with this capability, that's actually not too bad. I obviously like what Subaru did with the Wilderness. I like the exterior styling, I like the new turbocharged engine. I just like everything about it. It's just, they didn't ruin the car at all. They just made it a more practical, more capable Outback. And that's exactly what it needed to be. So let's talk about price. I think that might be one of the most pleasant prices about it. So the vehicle starts just under $37,000, and given all it offers, I think it's very fair. This one all in, $39,965. Well, next week, another fun car. Till then, storm forward.